Your daughter left school. She decided she didn't want to finish college. Is that right?
I tried to talk her out of it, but I dropped out of school, and so did her mother. So I was like, you want to wind up like me? You want to spend all day long with your friends, making jokes, eating Chinese food, and you will meet Beyonce.
Okay, which begs the question, have you met Beyonce?
I have met Beyonce. I have a weird Beyonce story, which is I went to see Beyonce and Jay-Z, which was amazing. Has anyone seen that concert? Like maybe as good as a show gets, right? And so we're like blown away. And afterwards, someone was like, "Hey, there's a little after party. Do you want to stop in?" And I did, and I'm very uncomfortable. Right. I just feel like the goofy Jew in the corner. And because it's like Chris Martin's there and Kobe Bryant, and I'm just like in the corner scared. And then Jay-Z walks in the room, and he walks straight to me. And he goes, "Oh my God, Knocked Up. That scene when your wife says, doorman, doorman, doorman. Yeah. That's my favorite scene of all time." And he turns to some guy next to him. He's like, "What did we watch last week?" And the guy's like, "Knocked Up." And suddenly, I'm like...
That's funny. His hype man became your hype man.
And I became like the coolest guy in the room. And then he says this to me, which blew my mind. He goes, "Can you not leave because Beyonce's coming, and if she doesn't get to meet you and your wife, she'll be mad at me." So that means if I left, I could have caused a marital problem. There could have been a song about that fight at some point.
Could have been a whole album about,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So what happened?
Well, what happened was I was nervous that Beyonce would walk in and be like, "I never saw Knocked Up." Like I thought it would end very badly, but instead she walked in and was equally as excited and walked up to my wife and gave her a big hug and was like, "Oh my God, that's my favorite movie. That's my favorite scene in the movie, You with Craig Robinson." And then suddenly director Jon Favreau walked over.
Right.
And I guess they just worked together. And he's like, "Hey, babe, how's it going?" And he starts talking to her and never lets her come back to us. He blocked us with Beyonce.
Yes, he did. And Jon Favreau blocked you with Beyonce, yes.
I was furious. I'm like, read the room. I'm having a moment here. So the next morning I get up and I'm talking to my daughter at breakfast and I'm like, "God, Jon Favreau." And she's like, "Dad, you know what? I don't care that I didn't meet Beyonce because I love her so much that it could only have ruined it in some way. I'm glad because she's still perfect in my mind." And I thought, am I a good parent or something? Like, what is this angel?
Great perspective, yeah.
Then I thought, but you know what? You're wrong. Screw Jon Favreau.
Yes.
So it's not cool. What if we bonded? What if we went out to dinner? What if they liked us at dinner and they're like, "Hey, you want to go to the Greek islands and go on a boat with us and our friends, Michelle and Barack Obama?
Yes.
Do you want to go tubing? We'll go tubing with Kendrick Lamar."
Yes, Favreau.
Favreau!
I'm mad at him now, too.